Hello! Hey, how's everybody doing? Good morning. There you go, you can say it back, and welcome. I'm Kal Penn. I'm here for the same reason as you, which is to get a glimpse of the future, to see the latest advances from the industry's best designers and engineers using technology to bring better experiences to the world. Now look, in the past, that would have been the end, right? That's it. But now, better experiences are only half the story. The other half is the main reason that I'm on this stage today as a proud supporter of Panasonic, a company whose mission for more than 100 years has been to use ideas and technology to make society better. Almost every technological advancement you'll see over the next 40 or so minutes benefits not only those who use Panasonic solutions, but also our planet. And you'll see how Panasonic doesn't just talk about deepening their commitment to sustainability, they're doing it every day. Pursuing sustainable innovation is the natural evolution in the company's long-standing mission to make positive contributions to our world. Now, admittedly, look, I've been an actor, I've been a White House staffer, I've been an author and a teacher, and also a passionate climate advocate. I believe that companies need to not only talk about the climate crisis, they need to act now to help solve it. And that's why I'm excited to welcome you here this morning to hear how Panasonic is working to improve everything from how we power our communities, to how we travel, to how we enjoy our time at home, all brought to you with a singular focus on environmental sustainability. From materials and product design through carbon neutral manufacturing processes and recycling initiatives. And while CES is also shining a bright light on innovations that tackle the world's most pressing problems, there has never been a more important moment to keep the momentum going and make a positive green impact. Our future, our young adults, have made climate change their top priority too. According to Pew Research, 2/3 of US Gen Z adults believe that climate change should be a top priority to ensure a sustainable future for our generations to come. And speaking of Gen Z, we have a fairly accomplished Yale University student and young leader with us today. You may have heard of Nathan Chen. He's a 3-time world champion figure skater who also won gold at last year's Beijing Olympic Winter Games. I mean, dude is impressive. Nathan is also a member of Team Panasonic, an elite group of Olympic and Paralympic athletes who share a vision to move the world forward through progress and purposeful action. Welcome, Nathan.
It's good to see you. Nice. Thanks, Cal. One of the missions of Team Panasonic is to challenge and inspire the company to be its best and to help change the world for the better. This includes a focus on a challenge that's also extremely important to me, climate change. To be a champion, whether at the Olympic Games or in life, you need to set a goal and then do everything in your power to achieve that goal. When it comes to the climate crisis, scientists have set a target to limit global warming to no more than 1.5 degrees Celsius. Right now, however, the science suggests that the increase in global temperature is more likely to be as high as 2.5 degrees Celsius. That's why I'm proud to work with Panasonic to help address this urgent issue. If we don't act now and work together, everything we love could be at risk. Now, to share more about Panasonic's commitment to making a positive impact, I invite you to watch this message from me and my fellow brand ambassadors, Naomi Osaka and Michael Phelps. everything we know,
Everything we do.
Everything we love might well be at risk. The time for action is now.
Together, we can make a difference. We can be champions. Champions for sustainability.
champions for each other,
Champions for the Earth.
Our founder, Konosuke Matsushita, believed the role and mission of a company was to empower people to live better lives. Konosuke believed that the company belonged to society, and the most important thing to do now is to take action to counteract the effect of climate change, to prevent the damage that threatens to undermine the future of our children, and restore the promise of a prosperous, fulfilling life for the future generation.
The basic concept is very simple. If we can produce low energy saving products, the baseline could be lower, creating avoided emissions in a customer's value chain.
There is exciting momentum in the region for us to continue to drive the electrification of the mobility industry and accelerate the transformation of the energy sector to more sustainable technology solutions. This work is completely on brand for Panasonic.
Thank you. Well, that's a powerful message, Nathan. We need more champions today, more than ever. And now that you've seen Panasonic's passion for a more sustainable future, I'd like to introduce you to the leaders charged with making it a reality. First, meet Megan Pollock, Vice President of Branding and Strategic Communications at Panasonic North America.
Thanks, Cal. Good morning. What you just watched was part of our new global marketing campaign debuting here today. We believe we must all be champions for sustainability and to do our part to address the impact each of us are having on the planet. That's why Panasonic is deepening its commitment to sustainability. We're taking direct actions to counteract the effect climate change is having on our planet and restore the promise of a fulfilling life for future generations. But that takes a plan. We're putting our words into action by reducing our CO2 emissions and achieving net zero in our manufacturing and operations by 2030. We're also investing significantly to develop new renewable energy technologies and solutions. We call our commitment Panasonic Green Impact. To tell you a bit about our plan, it's my honor to introduce Mr. Ogawa, Group Chief Technology Officer of Panasonic, and Megan Lee, Chairwoman and CEO of Panasonic North America.
Thank you, Megan. Solving global environmental issues is our top priority, and achieving net zero by 2030 is only the beginning. Our goal is to lower CO2 emissions for the entire planet by 1% of current total global emissions by 2050. That's 300 million tons of CO2 saved from our atmosphere. It's an ambitious goal, but an achievable one. To get there, we need to reduce emissions across our value chain, what we call our own impact. Last year, we introduced concrete near-term goals to track our progress. By 2024, we aim to expand to 37 zero CO2 factories across the globe and reduce emissions from our own value chain by 16.3 megatons. We even aim to double the number of circular economy-based business models or products from 5 to 13. We call this the Green Impact Plan 2024.
So Panasonic founder KM said, "The ladder to a goal is built of a collection of single steps." Our Green Impact 2024 goals represent just one of the steps in this larger path to our 2030 and 2050 commitments. Megan, would you tell us a little bit more about those actions that we're taking in North America towards those goals?
Of course. We have already been making progress here, and my favorite example may be our efforts in recycling and circularity. We have been working with Redwood Materials since 2019 to recycle scrap materials from our electric vehicle battery plant here in Nevada. We recently announced that we're expanding with them to use recycled copper foil starting in 2024 to manufacture new EV batteries and recycle cathode active materials at our new EV battery factory in Kansas from starting in 2025. This will make a major contribution to reducing our carbon footprint and will also help localize the EV supply chain to North America.
Good progress indeed. Working towards a circular economy reduces our emissions from manufacturing and our supply chain, but our goal is to make an impact that goes beyond our own business. To reduce emissions in society, we must replace more carbon-intensive technology. We call this our contribution impact. This includes the batteries powering electric vehicles, air-to-water heat pumps that warm your home, and pure hydrogen fuel cells that can power manufacturing facilities and houses. These solutions emissions as the result of their adoption and use in society. The emissions they save are called avoided emissions, a growing area of innovation across many industries. Panasonic supports efforts to remove avoided emissions, promote avoided emissions and standardize their measurement. Last year, we joined the World Business Council for Sustainable Development, or WBCSD, along with 200 of the world leading sustainable businesses to work towards a net zero future. We also support the International Electrotechnical Commission, known as IEC, which is working to standardize global definition and calculation method for the avoided emissions. I urge others here at CES to collaborate with us on promoting the concept of avoided emissions and pursuing our consensus on standardizing their measurement.
So you mentioned hydrogen, and hydrogen fuel cell technology has been in development for more than 2 decades at Panasonic. The technology is a key pillar in our efforts to go further than achieving net zero from our own operations and helping reduce emissions across society. Can you explain to us the example of what is the impact looks like in action?
Yep. In Japan, we have already begun demonstrating how industry can become net zero. Behind me, you see a Panasonic factory that's completely powered by alternative fuel sources. The power system incorporates several first-time ever breaking through solutions, including the first full-scale use of hydrogen. The first system to combine pure hydrogen fuel cell generates 1,820 photovoltaic panels and 1 megawatt of battery storage. And the first to utilize the stack of approximately 100 pure hydrogen 5 kilowatt fuel cell units. Instead of producing tons of greenhouse gases, we produce water. Our plan is to be able to offer a system like this to factories, offices, and other commercial entities this year, with a full-scale business offering coming next year. In fact, we envision being able to stack enough pure hydrogen fuel cells to produce a megawatt of power.
Awesome. Thank you both so much for sharing this vision as we look to the future. Thank you.
Thank you.
So as we look forward, we envision a future impact that helps avoid emissions through new technologies and then energy transformation across society. That's why we brought some of our sustainable technologies our R&D teams are still working on to the show this year. In our booth, you'll find innovations in green hydrogen production and our perovskite solar cells that set records for modular efficiency. And when you visit our booth this year, you'll notice it looks a little different. It really features natural and recycled materials, and we are using far fewer resources with the goal of dramatically reducing waste. We even chose to forego the carpet. The exhibit guides visitors through 4 focus areas: park, town, mobility, and home, simulating a smart, ecological world. We've also created an incredible interactive online tour, the Panasonic Green Impact Experience, to accompany the physical features of the booth and help deepen and illustrate our vision of a sustainable future. From a demonstration of the hydrogen-powered factory to energy-efficient consumer products to our incredible work in electric mobility, visitors can explore the technologies and solutions we've developed to support this vision. So we are so excited to see you online or see you at the booth this week. Thank you.
All right. Well, now that we've talked about Panasonic's global sustainability commitment, let's take a closer look at the company's efforts in mobility. According to the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, transportation accounts for 27% of total U.S. greenhouse gas emissions. That's the largest share of any sector. Panasonic is working to address the climate impact from transportation, spanning from connected roadways that enable smarter traffic patterns to the tech under the hood of electric vehicles. Today, Panasonic is the North American market leader in EV batteries, operating one of the world's largest EV battery factories in Sparks, Nevada. I'd like to invite Alan Swan, president of Panasonic Energy of North America, to talk about the company's work in this area. But first, let's take a look at what you all have been up to. Recent forecasts predict a massive increase in EV adoption in the coming years. By 2030, more than half of U.S. car sales could be electric. What's needed to unlock this electric revolution?
Thanks, Cal. A key component in supporting the kind of growth is in batteries. We've been working in batteries for over 100 years, and today we specialize in EV battery chemistry and production technologies. So as this market grows in all aspects of the EV ecosystem, from the energy grid to the charging infrastructure to raw materials, we will see an increasing battery supply as a huge opportunity for Panasonic to make a difference.
Alan, I've been inside your factory in Nevada. I've seen the work that you do. We were there when we were shooting an upcoming TV series of mine. But in the video we just watched, it mentions DeSoto, Kansas.
Yeah.
What's new that our CES audience needs to know about?
So back in November, we broke ground on our new production facility just outside Kansas City, as Carl mentioned. This will increase our capacity around a further 60% to what we already have, so we can meet the surging customer demand. And just a couple of things to add. In this industry, which is new, and as it takes shape, we, Panasonic, are at the forefront of that technology. Our plant in Nevada has been up and running for a few years now, so we've produced that scalability to take technology into scale, and we now have a magnificent production capability in Nevada, and Carl's seen it. Let me give you some numbers for the people out there that like numbers. 66 batteries per second, 5.5 million batteries a day. That's 2 billion batteries a year, and in the next 24 hours, we will deliver our 7 billionth battery in Nevada. So it's an awesome scalability that Panasonic have delivered, a remarkable story for us.
So this remarkable story is the start of an opportunity. That impact for the United States and the world is huge.
Yes, yep. And also we have a momentum with other automakers. So part of what we did when we planned our Kansas facility is we set it up as a multi-customer, multi-product factory. In fact, in December, we signed a multi-year agreement with the Lucid Group to provide batteries for their award-winning Lucid Air and its upcoming Gravity SUV.
I can tell that you're excited, and if Kansas will be anything like the battery factory here in Nevada, I can understand why. I mean, that was one of the coolest things I've seen. How does this all fit into your strategy for the battery business and the company's larger green impact goals?
Yeah. So it fits perfectly. These are the concrete steps in our journey to expand production of EV batteries to automakers across the US to support the sustainable transportation options that are around. The Nevada factory has started its journey. It exceeds the expectations, and now we will continue that journey with the Kansas community, making us a key player in this brand new industry. Thank you, Carl.
Thank you. I'm very much, by the way, looking forward to seeing the new facility, Alan. Now, we've been talking about the batteries powering the switch to electric vehicles. Let's move on to creating great, sustainably sound experiences inside your EV. After all, Americans today spend a collective 91 billion hours a year in their cars. That is billion with a B. It's a safe bet that cars will continue to be an integral part of our future. So here is Andrew Poliak, the Chief Technology Officer of Panasonic Automotive Systems of America, to continue the discussion on reducing our massive carbon tire print while delivering the best driver and passenger experience. Andrew.
Hey, Cal. Thanks. That's right, Cal. Another critical way to support a more sustainable, comfortable driving experience is through the design and function of cars. As a key partner of the world's auto manufacturers, Panasonic is developing technologies that unlock new possibilities for car makers to transform the future of mobility. We help optimize the systems and the platforms that allow car designers and engineers to do the things that were never before possible. Using innovative engineering and human-centered design, we empower automakers to transition to a sustainable future while improving our experience in the car. Whether it's through radical car audio that can increase the distance your car can travel, refreshing the cabin air, or developing a better way for customers to bring their voice assistants along for the ride, with help from Amazon.
Alan just talked about how Panasonic is powering the shift to electric vehicles here in the US. And we all know audio is such a core element of the experience behind the wheel. So how is Panasonic approaching sustainable design for automakers to make driving even more enjoyable?
Collaboration is key. We work with automotive design labs to identify opportunities to create more efficient options without sacrificing quality. For electric vehicles, our challenge was, how do we reduce the energy drain and weight of materials and ultimately extend your battery's driving range, all while creating an incredible audio experience? I'm excited to share that we're making our innovative acoustic designs available to a broad range of the automotive market with the launch of an audio system designed specifically for electric vehicles. Our new speaker design pairs high-quality sound with less than half of the power draw you would find with traditional systems for a more power-efficient but still incredible listening experience. We're doing this through space-saving speaker and amplifier designs and more efficient wiring that improves the space, weight, power, and cost aspects of the vehicle. Compared to traditional speaker systems, this design directs the sound right to your ear no matter where you're sitting, and it's been proven to reduce listener fatigue too for those long road trips.
I would karaoke with this person.
We can do it.
He's having a great time. So what makes this so uniquely suited for electric vehicles?
Our EV audio system not only delivers amazing sound optimized with total harmonic distortion in mind, but it also uses up to 67% less power, preserving your EV battery's charge for an extended driving range. We're developing technologies that promote well-being on the road too. Panasonic is helping solve for cleaner air inside your vehicle thanks to Panasonic's innovative Nano-EX portable air purifier. Our patented Nano-EX technology has been reimagined as a portable in-vehicle product to improve experience through the cabin. It not only eliminates in-car odors, but also inhibits viruses, bacteria, mold, and allergens, making traveling a better, healthier driving experience, and it conveniently fits into any vehicle's cup holder. So you can make your second space outside of the home as comfortable as possible.
This is exciting. Anyone who's had a dog or has gone through a drive-through, it can get rid of all of these smells.
Absolutely.
Very nice.
Our final anyone who does that.
Yeah, well, exactly. Yeah, I would buy. I would buy this. Our final glimpse into the mobility revolution will show exactly how powerful your voice can be. And to discuss, let me introduce Ariane Walker, Chief Evangelist of Amazon Smart Vehicles.
Thanks so much. For the first time ever in a collaboration between Amazon and Panasonic, you will have simultaneous access to both Alexa and Siri voice assistants simply by speaking either service's wake word. Today, 123 million adults in the US use voice assistants, and that number keeps growing.
Our collaboration has resulted in an advanced skip-gen in-vehicle infotainment system that gives more choice and flexibility with a multi-voice assistant. Now you have more options at your command.
This integration is enabled by combining Amazon's Alexa and Apple's Siri voice experiences in a single system. We know some customers want to use Hey Siri for iPhone features and Apple CarPlay, and use Alexa for smart home and in-vehicle controls, among others. Our priority at Amazon is to provide customers with choice and flexibility, and our work with Panasonic is an industry-first example of supporting multiple voice AIs simultaneously on a single device. Voice interoperability is a key pillar in Amazon's broader vision to scale ambient intelligence. Providing simultaneous access to multiple voice services gives more choice to customers and device makers. And this new integration furthers this vision by enabling customers to use multiple voice services simultaneously on SkipGen by Panasonic.
With so many people enjoying these premium voice services at home, it only made sense to allow them to bring these assistants and the enhanced experience with them in the car. Thanks, Ariane. This was such a fun project for our teams to work on.
Absolutely.
Okay. Panasonic wants to make sure that the future of travel is as bright as it can be. That means using advanced advances in technology, engineering, and design to minimize a car's impact on the environment and maximize the experience for both drivers and passengers.
That's incredible work that your team is doing. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And I'm gonna bet that at least some of you in the audience are wondering what playlist Andrew's team used when testing the new EV audio system.
It'll be on my LinkedIn probably later on.
Okay, so everyone's going to stalk your LinkedIn for that. So look, we've been on a journey exploring how travel will improve the environment, both outside and inside our vehicles. But let's park that gorgeous, climate-loving EV in the garage, because now we're home. It's a place that we all go to recharge. Panasonic products serve millions of families in homes all over the world. To speak to some of our latest advancements in engineering, design, and sustainability for consumer products, let me introduce Michelle Esgar, Director of Marketing and Experience at Panasonic Consumer Electronics Company.
Thanks, Cal. Let's get into some things that customers can actually go out and buy. So our consumer business is, of course, equally committed to enhancing people's lives and protecting our environment. For instance, let's say you, Cal, or hypothetically my husband, had an electric razor, an electric toothbrush, maybe one of those hair trimmers with roughly 700 plastic length attachments, a lot of devices cluttering up their bathrooms, and that will one day clutter up a landfill.
So just to interrupt you, your husband and I might hypothetically have similar bathroom inventory. And I'm thinking about how many grooming devices are in the country alone. I read that over 88 million Americans use an electric shaver or trimmer.
Yeah, that's right. So part of the solution is to cut down on the number of devices that people use. Why not have just one sleek, travel-ready device that does it all? And that's the simplicity and the convenience of Panasonic's multi-shape. So it's one rechargeable battery, one motor, one adapter, multiple heads. And that modular design saves about 60% in resources compared to conventional personal care products and means less waste heading to a landfill. But it gets better. So today we're announcing a new take-back program to save consumer electronics from landfills and advance circularity in the industry. And we call this program Take Back for Tomorrow. So first, we want people to recycle their old devices, of course, instead of trashing them. And so we're offering a discount on the multi-shape when they send in their used electric razors or trimmers. Then we're working with Redwood Materials to recycle the old devices. So as you heard from Megan earlier, we recently announced an agreement for Redwood to supply us with recycled cathode materials for EV battery cells in the future. So our vision is for recycled materials from our consumer electronics to ultimately take a new ride as Panasonic batteries powering electric cars.
So you can send in any electronic shaver or trimmer, any brand?
Any brand, that's right. We will even cover the shipping.
Okay, I mean, that's kind of incredible. I think I need a multi-shape.
I can probably hook you up with a multi-shape. And I would actually recommend that you take a look at the new limited edition kit that we put together in partnership with Molton Brown, the iconic British brand that is championing beauty that is kinder to the environment. This is an instant upgrade to your everyday personal care routine. It includes all our most popular attachments, as well as a collection of bath and shower gels from Molton Brown. These premium products are produced in a carbon-neutral facility that uses renewable energy, and they come in refillable bottles made from 50% recycled PET. And Cal, you're not the only one who can take home a multi-shape. Now through January 31st, we are asking everyone to let us know what our next multi-shape attachment should be, and you could win a multi-shape ultimate kit.
I dig the program and the partnership. But we're at CES, which I imagine means you probably also have brand new technology to share too. So I'm gonna let you keep rolling while we get a closer look at one of those limited edition kits.
Thank you, and 100% we do. So let's start with our new flagship OLED TV. So the new MZ2000 series comes with a host of proprietary picture processing, gaming, and audio improvements. Highlights are a new state-of-the-art panel with micro lens array technology and a pioneering multi-layer heat management configuration. Quite simply, this is our best and brightest picture yet. Now, the MZ2000 is also a gamer's dream. HDMI 2.1, ultra-low latency and input lag, AMD FreeSync Premium. These are just a few of the features that make it perfect for gaming. It's also NVIDIA G-Sync compatible for tear and stutter-free gameplay. And we didn't stop there. Tuned by Techniques, the MZ2000 features multiple built-in upward-firing, side-firing, and front-firing speaker units to produce a fully immersive spatial soundstage with Dolby Atmos. Now, speaking of Techniques, a few years ago, right here at CES, we introduced our first true wireless headphones. And since then, we have continuously worked to advance that technology. Let's take a look. So I can't say a lot today, but I have actually personally tried these, and they are incredible. Okay, we need to talk about Lumix. So first, I'm proud to announce that the Consumer Technology Association named the Lumix GH6 camera a CES 2023 Innovation Award honoree in the digital imaging and photography category. But we're not here to talk about the GH6. So as many of you have hoped, we've got something really exciting for today. And I'm actually going to stop and I'm going to speak directly to the photographers and the videographers who I know have been furiously commenting on the live feed for roughly 20 minutes about if and what we are going to say about autofocus. So get ready, because this is the moment. And I can think of no one better to deliver the news than Sean Robinson, who you may recognize as the host of our weekly YouTube live stream, Lumix Live. Come on up, Sean.
Right here is the next generation of Lumix, the S5 Mark II. And it's the first ever Lumix camera with phase detect autofocusing. Our engineers took the best from our current technology and added 779-point phase hybrid autofocus, an incredibly advanced precision focusing system that's reliable even with multiple subjects in low light or in backlit environments. And that's not the only thing that's new. The S5 Mark II has an all-new 24.2 megapixel live MOS sensor, new generation L-squared engine that doubles the signal processing speed, plus our most advanced stabilization technology yet, which we call Active IS. I can say confidently for both photographers and videographers, this is the Lumix you've been waiting for. Oh, and I should probably mention that while the S5 Mark II is designed to perform like a high-end sports car, this camera is built like a tank. With the brand new ventilation system that we've developed for this, the S5 Mark II can continuously record from 0 to 104 degrees Fahrenheit.
And because Lumix believes that quality, reliability, and most importantly, creative freedom should be accessible to all content creators, the S5 Mark II is being introduced at the same price as the original S5.
But as they say in commercials, kind of wait, there's more. Well, that's because Panasonic is also bringing to creators the Lumix S5 Mark II X, the S5 Mark II's cousin, with pro video features like incredibly powerful 800 megabit per second all-intra recording, wireless and wired IP streaming, 5.8K Apple ProRes 422 for amazing resolution. The stealthy X5 Mark II X will be available this spring.
It's an incredibly sexy looking camera. Thanks, Sean. So there is so much more packed into these cameras. I definitely want you to head over to Lumix's YouTube channel for a full dedicated presentation on the new Lumix S5 Mark II family. And we'll be hosting daily Lumix Live deep dives with Sean all week. Now, for those of you here at CES, you're in luck. You can actually try the Lumix S5 Mark II yourself at the booth. And we have a pretty cool subject for you to test the autofocus on. But to talk about that, let me start by introducing a special guest who shares Panasonic's mission of improving the lives of every human around the world. I'd like to welcome Jennifer Latito, the president and CEO of RED, the international nonprofit working to end health injustice globally. Hi, Jen.
Thanks, Michelle. And thank you to Panasonic for committing $250,000, $250,000 to the Global Fund last year.
Let's get a clap for that.
Thank you. For those of you who don't know, RED was founded in 2006 by Bono and Bobby Shriver to fight global pandemics. In the past 16 years, we've grown to represent the largest private sector contributor to the Global Fund, one of the largest and most effective global health partnerships on the planet. To do this, we partner with forward-thinking companies like Panasonic to develop RED-branded products, experiences, and services. When purchased, these trigger contributions to the Global Fund to fight pandemics like AIDS and most recently COVID-19. Those funds go to strengthening healthcare systems around the world to ensure that preventable and treatable diseases are actually preventable and treatable for everyone.
We are so proud of our work together. In fact, to kick off 2023 right, I would like to announce that right here, right now at CES, we're donating an additional $23,000 to celebrate our partnership.
Thank you so much. We certainly appreciate the contributions, and what's important and most impactful is our partnerships that go beyond that. We've loved working with the Panasonic team to bring heat to the fight against AIDS by empowering consumers to choose RED when purchasing products.
Now, Panasonic is proud to be a top sponsor of Paris 2024. It has sustainability at the very heart of the event. Organizers are targeting more than 50% lower emissions and plan to offset even more CO2 emissions than the games actually generate. And Paris 2024 offers a springboard for innovative climate ideas and is aligned to the same ambition we've been speaking about here today. But you're wondering, how does Techniques fit in? So many of you may not have heard yet that breakdancing is actually going to be featured as an Olympic sport next year. And I'm excited to share that Techniques has been named as the official AV sponsor of the Paris 2024 Summer Olympic Games. And so we figured, let's bring a little bit of that here to CES. So tomorrow at 12:30 at the Panasonic booth, DJ Sydney Colston is going to be spinning, while U.S. Olympic hopefuls Victor Montalvo and Sunny Choi are going to battle it out live. Now, Victor and Sunny are some of the best breakdancers in the world. I personally saw them perform at the Technique-sponsored Red Bull One World Finals this year, where Victor took first place. And I can tell you that you are all going to leave CES this year absolute breakdancing fanatics. So, that brings us to what our Lumix testers are going to be capturing out on the CES floor. We're actually going to have breakdancers every day at the booth, giving you a great way to try out the new Lumix Phase Hybrid Autofocus system on the S5 Mark II.
And for folks who come, we have some RED-branded product giveaways and donation activations in the booth as well.
Yep, and you know what? You've all been waiting here for quite some time. Why wait until tomorrow to see Victor and Sunny perform? Why don't we give everybody a little taste of what you're going to see at the booth?
Yeah, look at Sunny Choi and Victor. Yeah. Let's give it up for Team USA.
All right, that was awesome. I could not do that. Go Team USA. All right, everyone, make sure you visit the Panasonic booth at 12:30 tomorrow to see more of Victor and Sunny, test out the new Lumix camera, check out all the technologies and solutions that Panasonic has developed to support its vision of a sustainable future. And definitely head online to explore Panasonic's Green Impact virtual experience. Have an awesome, incredible CES, everyone. Thank you.